Greetings! This is an important update video from The Overseer, and I'm not being facetious for once. As many of you know, the continued cultural relevance of Fallout New Vegas in the public zeitgeist is, assuredly, entirely because of my quality mods like The Initiation and Hardcore Powder Gangers. Were it not for my high art, I think we can all agree that this game would have faded into obscurity ages ago. In fact, it is not a stretch to say that it is only through my Herculean efforts of keeping this game relevant that Lord Bezos has deemed it worthy of being heavily advertised in his hit show, The Rings of Power. Well, the time has come, my children, for my earth-shaking mods to enter the next stage of their life. Adaptation. So, stupid jokes aside, yeah. As many of you may know, but many of you probably don't, several months ago I had an idea. My mod series never got finished and the story never got a conclusion. Many of you were unhappy about this. I was unhappy about it. But making mods is a massive, massive time and energy sink, and I don't have that time, nor that energy. I'm not a game designer. My mods only barely function through janky, dubious, jury-rigged scripting and mechanics. I'm a writer, not a coder. So I'm going to finish my mod series through writing. I'm officially adapting my mod series into a book series. This format is one I'm far more versed in working with, and this gives me creative freedom that I simply couldn't ever achieve in the mods. So many people ask me if Charlie from Depths of Depravity would have comments in future mods, or if I would be updating previous mods to include reference to later releases, or if characters from Mod A could talk with characters from Mod B. And I kept having to say that the answer is no. That's not something I know how to do in this engine. I can do that in writing though. So not only am I adapting those stories to a medium more fit for storytelling, I'm also opening things up to have a far more cohesive and consistent narrative across the board. Further, the reality of copyright laws means that I'm no longer shackled to an IP that I don't own. This means that the events and choices in my narratives can suddenly impact the entire setting in ways that, in the mods, simply didn't make any sense. This is a complete removal of that awkward mod issue where the mod stories contain aspects that should probably impact the wider canon of the game as a whole, but just don't because that's beyond the scope of a mod. I'm pleased to announce that I'm going to publish the first entry of this adaptation series in only a couple of days on September 1st. Now, if you've enjoyed anything I've ever made for this game in the past several years, and especially if you're bummed that the series never got a proper conclusion, then I ask that you consider supporting this endeavor and even, perhaps, telling your friends as well. This market is not kind to non-established creators, and while I'm proud of the work I've done, and I truly believe that I've made something good here, every bit of support would be deeply appreciated. So, in conclusion, I thank you all for your support over all these years. It really means a lot to me, and I truly hope that I can finally give you the conclusion of this series that you deserve, starting on September 1st, 2025.